day 63 of my carnivore life, and maybe some of you would like to do something with me because I'm curious, especially with the guys. Can you track maybe 2 to 3 months every day your weight, your mood, and if you are craving sweet stuff or more salty stuff, or if you're not hungry at all, just keep it simple and then see if you see a pattern. I would be so curious to find that out because I work like a clockwork, because I did that and I see exactly when my body, and people say it's because women do PMSing and these kind of things, so that's why the body works like this. But I don't know, I have a theory that it's not a woman thing, it's a human thing. So I would be very curious if I'm right, just to see if there is a pattern in your months when you are extremely aggressive or extremely sad or extremely focused on sweet stuff, because I do really work like that. One days I am like now, I am very, very nervous all the time. I do want to eat sweet stuff all day long. It's very hard for me just to focus on a meat when I'm in that mood. I'm really, somehow a little bit like this. And then my calendar pops up and tells me that the next day I will be in that mood, because I programmed my calendar to show me, but exactly next day then I will feel like this. So it's always 2 to 3 days off, but basically I'm like clockwork. So I can give everybody who can, who's gonna spend time with me, like a list. That's the days you should avoid me. That's the days you can be with me, because I'm gonna be nice and calm. And now I have these days where I call it then the gentle days, where I have to have a more high protein approach, because my body is craving more protein. And these days it's maybe, sometimes it's like 5 to 7 days, but it's like 3 days like this, then it stops one day and then it's starting again. It's really strange. So basically then my body really, really craves protein, really craves sweet stuff, really, really craves yogurt and these kind of things. And it's always the same. It's always in a month the same. So since I started carnivore now, the 2 months, I did have always these gentle days, I call them, where I really just see how I can implement also, if I need to. Like right now, I'm craving so much a protein bar. I'm craving it so hard because my body wants the sweet stuff and the protein. I managed, because I don't have a car right now, to just go and buy just the protein bar. But I'm now gonna, make my meal and these kind of things, and see if I'm still gonna crave it after it, and also after eating maybe some fat. But I know that my days are like this some days, so that's okay, and it's just fine. It's fine. And one thing I also tried today to eat sausages again. Everybody who saw my Frank video knows that sausages and I are not friends. And I thought I'm gonna go, when I went to the butcher, I asked him for the sausages, and I asked, do you have a lot of things inside? Is there sugar inside? And he said, no, there's basically nothing inside. Bullshit. There was something inside. I'm in pain again. It's not that horrible like the Frank disaster, but it's basically Frankie Lily disaster. So yeah, it's really hurting me, and I'm really in a bad mood. Really in a bad mood. And extremely tired. And I also had some, it was not ham, but something similar. I don't know the English word for it. So which is highly processed, and you put it on the bread usually. I don't know what it's called. And I did have that I did make some just chicken crust sandwiches, just chicken left over, a little bit of Parmesan and 1 egg, and then I make it like it's until it's crispy. Then I put a butter on it, I put the sausages and the ham thing on it, and I did have some goat cheese on it, and that's it. And that was my sandwich today. And now it's 4, so yeah, that's why I'm hungry. Because I did eat it then because I was very hungry. I woke up at 5, and then I was hungry, so hungry at 8. I just couldn't stand it. 7, 8. So I did eat then, and until now I didn't eat, I think, anything. And some of the leftover, it was just a little bit steak, it was left over. That's basically it, and some ground beef, but it was like this portion. So yeah, I'm just need to eat more right now and fill my body with everything. And I did have a discussion with my colleague. It just came up, we were having a workshop, he was searching for stuff and asked me then how my weekend went, and we talked about it. And I thought, as I told him, yeah, because as soon as I eat sugar or carbs, I don't feel good. And he was like, oh, you don't eat sugar, you don't eat carbs? And I said, yeah, I'm 60 days carnivore, because he's one of the better people, he's not judgy at all. He's really, he's really nice and kind. And then he was so interested. And after it, he said, you know what, you convinced me. I want to try this. I want to talk to my girlfriend. I would like to maybe have now a steak. And I'm convinced. So I said, yeah, great, that's a good thing. And we talked about these studies and these kind of things, and it's tough. And the best part is, one of my colleagues stood behind him, and he's from my country where I come from, and I'm usually from Bosnia, and we are extremely meat fixated people. So that's a good part. I should maybe just move back. And then I said to him, tell him that he will be a good influence on you, because he's, loves meat. And then he was like, you know how we eat in Bosnia? It was so funny. You know how we eat in Bosnia? We eat breakfast, meat. And then we eat lunch, meat. Don't forget dinner, meat. Snacks, meat. And then evening, kaffa and rakia. It's an alcohol. So I was like, yes, that's how we keep us healthy, But the problem is, with my country, they do have also a lot of bread. So, it's a little bit of this kind of, why you're not healthy, because we do have also a lot of burek, which is basically, a lot of bread filled with something. And we do have just a lot of bread and Nutella and these kind of, and sweets. And Bosnia is really extreme on meat and sweets. And that's really what's in my system. I now really realized it the first time. It's really in my system that, the meat part and the sugar part, and in between the bread part of burek and these kind of things. So that's what I was struggling and handling somehow. And, the meat part should be like this. The sugar part should be like, and the carbs part as well. So that's a little bit the challenge we are facing. But, tell me how your day was. I'm just really moody and annoying. So happy to have you, and read how your day was. And if you wanna, do your lists, because I'm curious. I need, especially guys who do that. I want to know that if you work the same, and if you see a pattern, that would be so interesting. So if you're in a mood, keep it simple. Just like an Excel with 3 things, or in your little book, or whatever it is you have. It will be really cool, and maybe it will, do you good. So I'm really sleepy, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna buy a protein bar, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna sleep very early, and I'm pretty sure I'm now gonna make a big fat steak. So see you tomorrow.